Alright, so for this video I'm out in the RV project. You know, I initially was going to set up this amplifier in the house, but I had a couple things kind of get in the way, and honestly the funny thing is my acoustics are actually better in the RV than they are in the house. I can hear things a little bit better. If I wanted to get the acoustics as good in the house, I would need to carpet the ceiling. As it is in here, I've got fabric on the ceiling in the RV, so it actually makes for a much better studio than I expected, as far as listening to things and really getting a good impression of what's going on and what I'm hearing. So that's just kind of an interesting side thought. But yeah, Emotiva actually reached out to me in, I believe it was October of last year, and I'm thrilled about that because I've always wanted to review Emotiva products. They have a great reputation in the audio industry, and one of the interesting things about them is they only sell direct or through Amazon at this point. So, and it was cool because they just started their affiliate program and reached out to me, and so I became an affiliate. So links to this product will be down in the description below, and I appreciate the support. And by the way, for my international viewers, Emotiva is international, so there might be a country or two where they don't ship, but generally they ship worldwide. And so yeah, a lot of my viewers have to go through dealers for other products and things like that, but with Emotiva you can order directly from their website. They tell you what the shipping is. It's just kind of a neat thing. It's not super normal compared to other products and other brands, but it's real nice. But as to this A-5175, I'm really happy with it for a lot of reasons. One of them is the depth of the actual amplifier. It's not super deep. You know, it makes it to where when you're wiring things up, if you're in a tight space like this is here, it matters. It makes a difference, and so it's a little easier to maneuver and things like that. It was also a super easy amplifier to set up. As far as the actual setup goes, all I had to do was unplug the speakers from the AVR, plug them into the amplifier, and then run RCA interconnects to the amplifier. That's it. That's all I had to do. I didn't have to rerun room correction or anything like that. And one of the things that I like about this is that it's very clean sounding. There's noise from having the external amp. It's a very quiet amplifier. There's no fans running or anything like that. It runs cool. It's not a heater. You know, you get an amplifier that puts off a lot of heat. All that is wasted energy. That is just lost energy, so it's not very efficient. Whereas this amplifier is very efficient. There's very little heat coming off of it. It sounds good. Like I said, it runs cool. And it doesn't color the sound. It doesn't impart any flavor or any color to the sound. It takes what your preamp is putting out and produces it faithfully. I think that's important. Now, some people may like an amplifier that colors the sound in a particular way or another, and I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that I appreciate that it's a very clean sound, a very uncolored sound. The sound that comes out of the Denon is the same sound I get when it goes through the Emotiva. The difference is the sound itself is a little more solid. It's a little more effortless. It has more dynamic headroom. And so when you're adding an amplifier to an AVR, essentially you're taking the load off of the AVR to a degree. Like right now I've got a 5-channel amplifier on a 9-channel AVR. So I'm taking about half the load off of the AVR. And I'm taking the heaviest loads off the AVR. And so I've got them running the center channel, the towers, and 2 of my height channels, because those are the furthest speakers from me. And to me it makes sense to have the speakers that are furthest away be more amplified than the speakers that are closest to you. If you've got a speaker that's really close to you, you don't need as much amplification to get it, you know, to get it loud and still remain clean. Some specs on it, it's 125 watts RMS with all 5 channels driven, or it's 175 watts with just 2 channels driven. Now, some people may look at that and see it as an issue, or see it as, you know, a bad point or something like that. To me, it gives me flexibility. So, you know, I like it in the 5-channel setup right now. I'm going to be trying it in just a 2 and 3 channel, just powering the towers, and then powering the towers in the center. And I'm going to, you know, see the differences, because essentially, if you take it from running 5 channels to running 2 channels, you're upping the power that's going to those channels. And so it gives you that flexibility there. So that's real nice. It's got the 12-volt trigger, so it turns on and off with your amplifier, so you don't have to turn it on and off manually. That's nice. And you know, I don't see anything that I can complain about this amplifier. It's very solid. It's a very solid build. There are some components you pick up and they feel kind of chintzy, or they feel, you know, this thing is built like a tank, and that's a good quality to look for in an amplifier. And another thing about amplifiers is that once you buy them, there's not so much a need to upgrade in the future. There's no, it's just an analog device, and it doesn't do any processing. It doesn't do any, you know, converting. So what I'm saying is, like, you know, right now we've got Dolby Atmos, DTS Master, DTS:X, all these different formats, and now you've got IMAX or IMAX Enhanced. Well, you have to buy a new amplifier for that, you know, and things like that. What I found out about Emotiva is that if you've got one of their bigger processors, you know, they've got one that starts at 16 channels and goes all the way up to 28, I believe. Phenomenal. And it's like, well, what happens when I need the new format? Well, as I understand it, when you need the new format, you just upgrade the hardware and you've got the new format. And that's a lot cheaper than having to replace the whole thing. And to me, that's phenomenal. That makes it a long-term purchase, rather than having to upgrade your AVR every few years because you want the latest and greatest tech. So that's really interesting. I can't speak to the performance of those preamps or anything like that. I haven't heard them myself yet. I have a feeling they're going to be good, you know, based on what I'm hearing here. But I just found that particular thing very interesting. But yeah, this is a pretty heavy-duty amplifier. The reason I wanted the A-5175 for my first review is because this is a product I would actually buy myself. It fits my value criteria very well. It's not, you know, it's not a lower power amplifier. Not that those are bad, but it's also not the, you know, the biggest and baddest amplifier. It's a good mid-range, and for me, I don't listen at ear-bleeding levels. I just want that stronger sound, and I want that better presence and that dynamic headroom that you get when you have more power. It's a more sure-footed sound, for lack of a better term, and so I like that. And, you know, will I be exploring more powerful amplifiers? Yeah, it's definitely my goal. But this one, just, I looked at it and it's like, that just looks like a smart buy. And so far it hasn't let me down, and I'm real happy with its performance. And again, I can't identify any real deficits with it. You know, you don't get the balanced inputs, you know, that you would with the higher end Emotiva amplifiers. But that said, you know, with the AVRs I'm using, I don't have balanced outputs. So it's not something I'm missing. Now, if you plan to go to a preamp or a processor that has balanced outputs, then for sure you'd want to get an amplifier that has balanced inputs. But overall, I just got to say I'm real happy with my experience with it so far. I'm going to be doing some more testing with it. I have some theories, and I want to put them to the test and revisit an old issue, an old video that I did that I think needs an update. And so definitely stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and hit the bell so that you know when my videos come out. But yeah, I've got this particular idea and I'm going to put it in play. I'm going to be moving the Emotiva A-5175 into the house, and I'm going to be trying some different experiments with it and things like that to test some theories I have. So, but overall, I'm very happy with the situation overall, and I appreciate Emotiva giving me the opportunity to try out their products. Again, that's one of those brands that I really wanted, and they got in touch with me. That's like a dream scenario. Normally, I have to chase down brands and really kind of like pursue people and try and find out who's the right person to get in contact with and things like that. And like brands like LG and Sony, I haven't heard anything from them, but I talk about their products. I use their products all the time. Hey, get in touch with me, people. It's so when a brand that you're really excited about gets in touch with you, that's just wonderful. So I appreciate that. But again, yeah, if you guys are interested in this or other Emotiva products, check the links in the description down below. It helps me, and the subscription, and likes and comments, that all helps me. So even if you're not following my links and things like that, just the likes and the comments and things like that, that all helps my channel and allows me to get bigger and review more products like this. I don't think this would have happened if I only had 2,000 subscribers. So, the bigger I become and things like that, the better it is and the more varied content I can produce. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions about this amp. Like I said, it's easy to use. It runs really cool. It's very efficient. And it doesn't color the power. It doesn't color the sound at all. It's very true to the signal. So to me, I see that as a very good thing. So anyway, let me know what you think down in the description below or down in the comments below. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate your opinions, and they do matter to me. So please let me know what you think, and please subscribe.